with Joe Adair with his 5800 modified tractor. Joe, tell us a little bit about what brought you here today.
We come down for the pull for Tim. He's a good friend of mine. He's helped me get hooked up with AMALIE and all. And we just really come down and support him and his family.
Also, we've got from AMALIE Motor Oil, we have Roland here, and he's going to tell us a little bit about AMALIE Oil and Terry McClellan Racing here in just a little bit. But first, we're going to ask Joe a little bit about his 5800 modified tractor. Joe, tell us a little bit about your machine and kind of take us through some of the parts of your machine and how you run it.
It's a 535-inch big block Chevrolet. Runs on alcohol. We're running a ProFab 3-speed transmission. It's running a Cockshut 40 rear end. It's running probably somewhere around 1,300 horse, approximately right in there. It runs real good. We're pretty proud of it. This is our first year, and we're not winning, but we're right there in the money all the time. So
that seems to be the case for a lot of pullers, especially when you try real hard every year and get out there and just run what you can. Tell me a little bit about your family farm. Is your whole family involved in your family farm, and what exactly do you guys do in your operation?
It's me and my dad and my cousin, and we farm roughly 1,300 acres. We do custom combining too. We farm grains, corn and soybeans. And then I operate. I've got 10 trucks total, but we run 6 every day, semis on the road, all in green. It's pretty much a busy day for us right there.
Sounds like a busy day. And how long have you been pulling with this outfit right here?
This is my first season with this one here. Yeah.
Very cool. Do you have any experience with pulling in your background, or is this just something you came out of the gate with a couple years ago and said, this is what I want to do?
No, years ago when I was 15, 16 to 20 years old, we run a mini rod. When we run it up until the point when they started putting the big blocks with the blowers on them, and we kind of got out of it. Another very good friend of mine, Nick Wright, run the Coyote back years ago, had 3 full-blown Chevys on it. We run 5,000, 7,000, 9,000. I run with him all the time and work on that tractor. We run NTPA. That was back in the good old days when Hutchison was running, and Heilman, and Loudermouth Wine, and all them guys.
Yeah, and mini rods are quite a little machine too. They've got quite a punch on it from what I've seen. It'd be pretty neat to drive one of those. How often did you drive one of those, or did you ever?
Oh yeah, I run one for probably 6 years. We run one. I won first and second in the state one year with it, and finished second and third in the nation with it. And then, like I say, we just kind of phased out of it. I started helping Dick on the big tractor. Should have stayed with it, because they were a lot of fun to drive.
I'm sure they are. Like I said, they look like they pack a powerful punch, folks. If you ever see the mini mods, they're loud little things, and they've got some power behind them. Now, tell me a little bit about the differences between the modified and the mini mod.
Well, here we're quite a bit heavier. Back in that day, we could only weigh 1,750 pounds was the heaviest we could weigh, and then the lightest class was 1,550 pounds. Where here I'm 5,800 pounds, and it's quite a bit of difference in them. You take this kind of horsepower, which now they're running a lot more now because they're running the big helix blower. You're putting 10,000 horse on a 2,000-pound tractor. You better be ready and strapped in when you turn it loose.
I bet. Now I'm going to turn it over to Roland here, and he's going to tell us a little bit about Motor Oil, and especially Terry McClellan Racing. So Roland.
Thank you, Sarah. Joe, before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about your bunch of rig makers. You used to haul this around the country and play the game.
It's a 2004 379 Peterbilt. Got a C15 cat in it. Got a 13-speed. Pretty old truck.
And you said you had over-the-road tractors too. How many miles and what kind of punishment do you get back? You run them every day? Is this something where the AMALIE is helps you out at all?
Yeah, we run every day. We generally get somewhere around 80,000 a year on each truck. I've got them all on AMALIE oil now. I've got one that the driver is pretty picky with everything and keeps a good track of things. And he thinks he's getting a quarter to half a mile down better mileage now. it's a good product. We've had real good luck with it. As well as this, I'm running 70 weight oil in this and the synthetic, and I'm not having any evidence of bearing wear or anything like that at the bottom of it. We're running this roughly 7,500 RPM every pass, and I'm having real good luck with it.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And you mentioned the punishment in this stakes, the Top Fuel dragster that we run, the Terry McClellan Racing Program for AMALIE Oil. Those dragsters now are making upwards of 11,000 horsepower, covering a 1,000-foot drag strip in the neighborhood of 3.7 seconds. It's about 310, 320 miles an hour. On a good day, maybe 330. They take a lot of punishment. The same thing holds true, with even the Top Fuel car or the punishment that a tractor like Joe's got here takes. This is the same oil. There's no additive, there's no special. This is the same oil product that we offer that you can put in your street vehicle or your dually that you pull apart tractor trailers around with and so forth. Nothing special. It just takes the punishment. We have a 1,000,000-mile test that we did a few years ago through a combination deal with Freightliner. And we actually ran our oil products for 1,000,000 miles in an overrolled one tractor. Never changed the oil, changed the filters. And about every 100,000 miles or so, they would drop the pan, check the bearings, everything was good. We got the results of that back here in the hospitality tents at our little setup area back by the Willies, which we got on display down here too. That also, of course, runs AMALIE Oil. And if you have any questions, stop by. We've got folks down here in the tents that can answer any of your questions for you. If you need to know anything about the tractor pulling side and so forth, and the experiences that Joe's had, I'm sure that he could answer those questions for you. And while we're here, let's move down here a little bit, Joe. Tell me a little bit more about now. This you said about what's the horsepower on this?
Probably somewhere around 1,300.
And with that, now what do you? I see your clutch setup here. Talk a little more about your drive line and what goes into this to get that power down to get to the other end of the grip.
I'm running a 2-disc Crowler slipper clutch, and we just set it up with clearances to let it come in with the RPM we want. And then I'm running a 3-speed ProFab transmission that is an aftermarket deal, and you can change the gearing in it. As a matter of fact, last week we had it all out, changed all my gearing, speeding everything up with the reverser in it. And then the back of it, like I say, is just it's an old cock-shut 40 rear end in it. It's like an old antique tractor. In a particular class that I'm running in IPL, they will not let us run any type of rear end with planetary. So this rear end, and then another model of 570 is popular one. So this is a little bit lighter.
And you say you're now up to after having a little more experience, you're just starting out this year. You've got a few pulls under your belt, and you're now starting to get this dialed in a little bit. So you're running pretty close top of the class.
Yeah, before we were 30, 35 feet behind him, and now we're up in within 5 feet all the time. And our 5 feet's like a tenth to Terry. But yeah, we're getting closer. We're just trying to fine tune it and keep changing as we go.
And that's enough to let you catch your check.
Yes, it is. That helps a lot.
Well, speaking of the Top Fuel team, they're out in Seattle. We've got a little video back here. Once you get back into the hospitality tent and decide between pulls today, take a little bit of a break, get out of the sun. We've got a video system set up where you'll be able to watch any of the pulling action going on while you're right there in the tent. And also we've got a little message from Terry that we actually had a little problem with that. We just got it uploaded. He's out in Seattle. We got it uploaded about 2 o'clock this morning that the video folks here have got now. And that will explain a little bit. He's got a little message for everybody, and we'll tell you a little more back there about AMALIE Oil and some of the products. And if y'all need to know any more about the tractor pulling or Joe's outfit here or the Peterbilt that he pulls it with, any questions you might want to have, stop by and see us, and we'll see if we can get you taken care of. Sure?
like to thank Joe and Roland for talking with us today out here at the Tyler Wright Memorial Tractor Pull. This is an awesome machine. Make sure you watch for the Clodbuster in the modified class this evening, and be rooting for him. Thank you.